Another devastating 24 hours, and this is what's left of the coastal town of Malakuta. With cooler conditions on Wednesday, firefighters and residents took a moment to count the costs. A once popular holiday destination now looks like a war zone.
All of my possessions have been totally incinerated. There is just simply nothing left. Nothing at all, except ash.
Military ships and aircraft have been deployed to provide humanitarian assistance, bringing in much-needed food and medical supplies. At least 18 people have been killed in the fire so far, and almost 1,300 homes destroyed. A few residents stayed behind, determined to save their properties.
I stayed in Fort, yeah, but I'd say to anybody, don't stay, just go. No, don't stay, just go. Just get out and go. Just, all you do is put your life at risk. There's no need to, just go. Just get out and go. When you see that fire and you just, no, you're not meant to be there, just go.
240 kilometers along Australia's southeastern coast is now a designated evacuation zone. People have been told to leave as soon as possible, as authorities warn the worst is yet to come.
There is every potential that the conditions on Saturday will be as bad or worse than we saw yesterday. The winds are expected to be very strong, back to 40+ degrees temperatures. We've got a lot of fire in the landscape that we will not contain.
The fires now cover more than 5 million hectares, an area bigger than Denmark or the Netherlands. The massive clouds of smoke are now also visible from New Zealand, almost 2,000 kilometers away.
Let's get the very latest now. Let's go straight to Sydney, and journalist Roger Maynard standing by for us. Roger, good day to you. When's the Navy going to start boarding the evacuees at the beaches outside Malakuta?
Well, the Navy arrived a few hours ago. HMAS Shoots is now positioned just offshore at Malakuta. It's going to carry much-needed supplies to the mainland first, food, water, that sort of thing, and the actual evacuation of the 4,000 people stranded in Malakuta will begin first thing in the morning, but they can't all go at once, of course.
Now, how long will this evacuation process take? We're talking about 4,000 people that we know about, but we're also hearing that more and more people are arriving at the beaches. How long is this going to take?
Well, this is, there are an estimated 4,000 people in Malakuta at the moment. The ship can only take 1,000 people at a time. And so once it leaves, it's got another 17 or 18-hour voyage along the Victorian coast before it can deposit people back on the mainland. Then it has to make the return trip. So if you've got 3,000 or 4,000 people trying to get out, it's going to take, several days for the operation to be completed. The good news is that for families anyway, with pets, dogs and cats will also be allowed on this naval vessel. But it's going to take some time, certainly, before this operation is completed, Brian.
Okay, we'd like to get an idea of the scope of what's happening in New South Wales right now. Emergency orders have been placed on that state. Thousands of people are evacuating. How many people are we talking about on the road right now? And will supplies hold out for them, gas supplies, for example?
Well, the estimate is there are about 50,000 people stranded in the area at the moment, not only holidaymakers and tourists, but people who live in the area too. And they're all being urged to get out as quickly as possible. Now, the problem is that fuel supplies have been running very, very low over the past couple of days. Some petrol stations have run out altogether. The good news is that 1 or 2 petrol tankers have managed to get back into the main towns in the past 4 or 5 hours, so supplies have been replenished again. But it's still going to take a long time for all these people to get out of the main fire zone. There are only a limited number of roads they can use, which are open at the moment, but the police are saying, get out now while you can. Don't wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be dreadful.
Okay, this is very much all about logistics right now. What's a very fast-moving story. Roger Maynard for us, thanks so very much for that.